Internet, what is really, really, really good? You know what it is. It's the one and the only, the triple the G.O.D. And of course, I'd like to welcome you guys back to another installment of Triple the Guy Speaks On. And today, Internet, if you don't mind, I just want to wrap with y'all for a minute that I have been in the lab hot and heavy with the demo for One Piece Great Power Colosseum. And what I initially wanted to do was write a blog post about the differences between Great Power Colosseum and Extreme Butoden, but then some things happened, mainly that in order for me to get ready for the thing I was about to type, but the things I'm talking about now, is I had to play some Extreme Butoden to make sure I understood and knew what I was going to type, which is now things I'm going to say, and then that turned into me unlocking all the extreme characters, and then I had to rewrite my blog for this information because I have to share it with the internet. And here we are now. Instead of me typing, I am now talking about how hard in the paint I'm going in with this demo for this One Piece game. The thing is that before we get into the business, I just want to say something real quick because it just needs to be said. I'm not sure how y'all should sit back and wait to see if Bandai Namco is going to localize this game, because I saw how long it took for Extreme Butoden to come over here, and I'm like, ever since I missed out initially on Ultimate Butoden on the DS, which you guys should get an amazing game by the way, is that I think more when it comes to Bandai Namco about my import choices, about deciding what they are and aren't going to localize and stuff. And it's like, because One Piece isn't the giant monster that Naruto or Dragon Ball is that I'm not really sure is that Bandai Namco thinks that Great Power Colosseum can sell. I don't think it's going to move those units. So I made the decision, like when I figured out the game existed, was put my money down on it. The game will be here September 21st. And if it so happens that Bandai Namco want to localize it, I'll buy it again to support it, but that's just an occupational hazard of being an import video game and what you gonna do. Before I get off this subject, there's just one thing that I just want to say completely off topic. Dear Bandai Namco, can you please explain to me what kind of fucking name is Jean-Pierre Eiffel? I'll give you a second. Oh wait, you can't. What's the Shining Diamond? I'm not we could go all day with these fucked up localization names in JoJo, but they trying to do it not to get sued, so I can understand that. But it just read weird, and it's just that I don't appreciate it as a fan of JoJo. But hey, y'all doing what y'all doing. Thank y'all for releasing it, even though it's only digital. But they did do All-Star Battle physical, and no one bought it, but it was Amazon exclusive. But that's another conversation. We're getting off topic. Focus. Let's bring it back. One Piece Pirate Battle is Great Power Colosseum. I've been doing this all week. I have been confusing the name of this game with Neo Geo Battle Colosseum, which means the next game somebody's going to call me on and get me to play Neo Geo Battle Colosseum, but I just might do that just because I want to play Neo Geo Battle Colosseum the end. But let's just get to the gritty. What is it that you, the internet, should know when it comes to the differences between Extreme Butoden and Great Power Colosseum? Well, they start at where metagame starts, the character select screen. Things have changed because no longer does the game offer you the possibility, which Extreme Butoden does because of the power system, is that in Extreme Butoden, you were given a maximum of 35 dragon power to select your team in whatever configuration you like. But the three main configurations were 3 playable characters, 2 playable characters and 2 assists, and 1 playable character and 4 assists. And only in one character 4 assists could you select a team that would max out that value at 35, which means you would select a DP7 character and then select 4 DP7 assists. But when I think about DP7 assists, is that not enough of them are good to build a whole team around, so you would never use those many dragon points in the first place. Maybe Arc System Works realizing this have made a giant change in Grand Power Colosseum's grand power system. It works like this. Let's take, for example, One Piece's main character, Mr. Monkey D. Luffy, who is a Grand Power 9 character. As a Grand Power 9 character, Luffy is allowed to select as many assists that add up that are equal to or less than 9 possible when it comes to grand power of assists. So, given the makeup of the demo is that you have options, but given about how most of the assists work is you don't quite get the great assist you get if you select 2 characters and 2 assists, because the team I've been running and practicing with is I've been running with Gil Tesoro and Sanji and selecting Kizaru and Bellamy, because Kizaru and Bellamy got some of the best wake up nastiness in the demo when it comes to summoning a D assist on wake up, because Kizaru shoots a whole bunch of fireballs and Bellamy just does the maximum spider a whole bunch, which turns him into the new meta cooler. So when it comes to things like that, is that if that's what it's going to be in the final game, is that you're really going to see more. I really honestly think that the metagame will really boil down to a lot of 2 character 2 assist teams versus how I used to run. In Extreme Butoden, I run Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan Goku in 4 assists, because Super Saiyan God Goku, dog, that dude is a Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan Goku. Let me make sure, because Red is Super Saiyan God. Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan is blue, or what they call blue. What do they? I don't even know what they call it in the subs of Super, because I don't even watch it. But the point is that he a team by himself, so I don't really need the backup. It's like, and most times, like when I'm playing against the computer or whatever on the hardest difficulty, he can run through the teams by himself. And if I got the right assist team, which usually is right now, is I pick what? Kibito, Gene, Metacooler, and I've been running a lot of Pycon or Hildengard lately, just because I like the space that those assists cover, because it makes for a lot of weird unblockables and mix-ups and stuff like that. I don't know if Grand Power Colosseum is going to be that, because of how Grand Power works, is again the metagame is really going to break down into 2 characters 2 assists, because again the rest of this demo is you got Sanji, he a GP7 character. You got Fujitora, he a GP6 character, and you got Gil Tesoro, who's a GP7 character. And like I said, the team I've been running is Gil Tesoro, Sanji, Kizaru, and Bellamy, because I can't run that team by myself. So again, like I said, when it gets down to the metagame, when people start trying to figure this game out, unless it's going to be some breakout character who can be a Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Goku by his or herself, plus a decent assist lobby to back them up, because the question is, because the demo doesn't answer this, is will there be characters greater than DP9? I highly doubt it. I really think that GP9 is where we're going, and is that the maximum for assist is GP7. So what is really going to boil down to, like I've repeated, is that either, because now that I think about it, in either or. Either you going to get the 2 characters to assist run, or you going to have somebody who's really good with a character, and it's going to be some breakout assist, like how Metacooler was in the early days of Extreme Butoden. Because again, I don't keep up with the metagame. I don't know. I'm like, as far as I'm concerned, Metacooler was like probably the best Z assist that wasn't a healer in the game because of the space that he covered and for the DP that he cost for. Because he wasn't there to do damage, he was more to cause mix-ups. You know what I'm saying? He was more to cause mix-ups because you could call him in neutral, and then just sit up here and air dash and sit up here and mix him up like that, using Metacooler just to go back and forth all day. Again, like I say, because we're playing a demo, I'm really unsure about like how the rest of the cast on both sides of the ball are going to fill out based on what they do, because we know most of the cast, but not the whole playable cast and the D-assist cast. It's not 100% yet, and even given that because we are in the year 2016, that more D-assist could be coming, because one thing that happened in Extreme Butoden was Gene came out as DLC along with Jacob. Is that Gene is probably the best DP1 assist in the game. Heals for 1,000, recovers faster than most other DPs. It's just that the current, she's sick. Her only drawback is that if you don't know how to summon the character correctly, because again, Super Saiyan Guy, Super Saiyan Goku got a combo where if you do the X 5 times combo and then bounce them off the wall during the screen change, as soon as Goku gets over there, you call Gene, you do your jump cancel combo, throw him, then do the super, and then bounce. Goku lands right on top of Gene and heals himself every time if you call it right. Again, because we're talking about a demo to a video game, not really sure if it's gonna be an assist that comes later through DLC that's gonna be a breakout like Gene was in Extreme Butoden. No one knows that information. No one does. So what Grand Power will do for the meta is going to really make you think a bit more, because Extreme Butoden really left the table out for you because of having that much dragon power to select whatever combination you want. Is that unless it's going to be some magical dramatic change, either in when the game releases or an update once somebody realizes that this may not be the best idea, is we'll see how it susses out. We'll see. But right now, the meta game is going to be a thing, like I say, it's either going to be breakout character, amazing assist, or two characters, two assists getting run. Either or. It's gonna be one of the other. It's gonna be one or the other. So it'll be interesting to see, like, when the game come out, to see where it goes from that point on. Now that I've talked about metagame for longer than anyone to talk about metagame, is the battle system. One of the major changes in Grand Power Colosseum is you no longer hold R to charge your meter. You simply just walk forward. And this is not a strange thing in video games. There are plenty of games that exist where moving forward charges meter. Do yourself a favor. Go play some fighting games and see if you can find a couple. You thought I was going to give you the answer. Nope. No, this is one of the times, this is extra credit. Somebody come to me in the comments, name me a video game that you can dash and you build meter. There's a cookie in it for you if you do. So, when it comes to that, simply any forward movement will charge the Kaizoku gauge. Any forward movement at all. Whether it's walking or dashing. So, it's great for if it's like you fighting a 2-on-2 or a 2-on-3, or even if it's more than one character coming out there to get their ass beat. It's real easy to build up meter after you knock somebody down or knock somebody out. You'll be at full meter quick if you dash for them. And because you are building meter during dashes, what it does is that, because I'm trying to just, like I said, I'm just sitting here closing my eyes and visualizing like possible ideas based off what I played about how the metagame could flow out, is air dashes in this game are kind of weird because characters look like they're running down. So what that does is like in the case of Sanji, who does that, who like runs and then it's like his velocity slowly goes down. Is that I've been using that as a way to measure cross ups. It's like double jump and then run and then like do either an X or Y attack to measure a cross up so that it crosses up like at the exact height that I wanted to, no guessing. So that's going to be interesting to see how other characters handle air dashes and things like that. But building meter in that way because not only given that it helps. What am I trying? Because I'm trying to think of what I'm trying to say. Because I'm trying to get this right. Is that it helps build a fast-paced environment, and it also brings more of that Guilty Gear love in there when it comes to negative penalty. Where if you don't know what negative penalty is in the Guilty Gear series, is that if you are doing things like not attacking and turtling and doing all that, the game penalizes you. This game doesn't, but it does bring and does emphasize, because you no longer have to stand still and charge for energy, is that it always emphasizes that you should always be on the move no matter what. If you ain't got no energy, run forward. So that is an amazing thing that I do appreciate. Another big change is how ultimate combos work. Is that because not many characters in One Piece can fly high in the sky like LeVar Burton on Reading Rainbow, it's now when you do an ultimate combo is that you get a guessing game. So it becomes like the TACs in Marvel where you can either knock them up, knock them forward, or knock them down. Down gives you a hard knockdown. Forward gives you a forward wall bounce with the possibility to follow up, and then up gives you a guaranteed follow up. And I think when it comes to forward or up, those are going to be more character dependent, because the only character I can get constant like attack after a forward when it comes to the guess game is Sanji, because Sanji's X button, he does like a whole bunch of repeated kicks, and if you can catch him at least one, then you can throw the super right after that and attack on some more damage. The same with going up. Down just gives you a knockdown, so if all you're looking for is a knockdown, you just press the appropriate button. So it's going to be fun again, and that's just another way that the game is trying to not only adapt to its source material, but keep up that fast pace. And I can appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? Is that the other thing is that if you guess wrong, you get knocked down in the chains, just like in Marvel, where if you guess wrong, you get blown away. So, keep that in mind. One of the before we get to the new thing, the other thing that you might want to know about that's old, that's been readjusted, is Even Rush isn't a mashing game anymore. Is that what happens when this game's version of Even Rush happens is when you connect, is that it'll just show them moving fast, doing a couple of hits, and then like on the third exchange, it'll be like this crosshair, and the closer you get the crosshair to the center of the screen and press a button, the more powerful the attack will be, and the character who wins that exchange wins the exchange, and then things go as Even Rush as normal, and you can do your follow-ups or whatever it is you need to do after that. So I think that's an interesting change again, just to emphasize that working to the IP strengths. That, when Even Rush was like that in the Stream Butoden, where you hit them in the and do all the fast stuff that everybody loves, and then the follow-up. It's giving you that, but giving you that in a way that makes One Piece believable. The major thing that's going to change how this game is played versus Extreme Butoden is the power-up feature that is activated when you press RNA. That if you have at least 50, if you at least have 50% meter, which in this case would be 50%, because you can build up to 200%. So 50% of your what I've dubbed the Kaizoku meter is you can power up, and what happens is, given the demo, is that every character, what it does when you power up is that it power up their special attacks. So, example, in the case of Luffy, is that if you do a strong combo of XX, he can follow up with up and X, and then follow up with A, and do like a full string combo like that. And you can also substitute the X part and then do the upper next and then A and then do that. So the other characters, they special moves get powered up. So it's going to be an interesting thing to see, because the one thing that I noticed the computer doing a whole bunch, every time the computer gets to like 50 something meter, they always in that power up mode. And once I got a chance to explore that power up mode, I see exactly why every time you get 50% meter, you power up. The thing is that to try to segue and stay on the same subject at the same time, one of the other things that the game done, at least in the case of Guild to Sorrow, is that the game has subsystems now, because so now we get more R6 and worse than ever. We got all the meters now, bitch. All of them. Guild to Sorrow has a meter above his Kaizoku meter that every time he connects with a special attack that does gold that does gold damage, is that he builds up this meter. And when he fills it up, the next successful gold attack he does will freeze his opponent. And he also has some kind of sort of Aegis reflector, but it don't reflect nothing, but it stuns your opponent, which is kind of cool. Which is why I'm playing this Guild to Sorrow. Other than he's an amazing character in this game, and I'm like that dude gonna be a beast, and I'm gonna be running him hard. But it's good to see that no character in Extreme Butoden had a subsystem, but Guild to Sorrow does. So it's gonna be interesting to think about the playable cast and characters who could possibly be playable in the future, in future versions of this game. Is really seeing how the game is going to continue to iterate when it gets into more stuff, because you don't think an Extreme Butoden 2 demo is coming? You don't think that's happening? Oh, I think it is. Not an Extreme Butoden 2 demo, but the game coming out. Is that I've been sitting up here thinking about, knowing that because I was going to make this or write about it, depending on how this was going to end up, is what games would fit. The thing is that My Hero Academia is fine where it is in the Battle for All system. Dimps doing what they do, kicking ass as always. And I think what Battle for All does for My Hero Academia is perfect for that. And it should stay right there. And I wish I had a 3DS capture card, because I would have showed you all them day one Suyu Infinites I had. But, something about me not being a female and being able to leverage my looks for anything, and the whole people play on the internet too damn much, so you can't trust people to support you on Patreon. So there is that, and I'll get my own money, get my own 3D capture card, and we gonna kick ass on that. I was thinking about, with Bleach coming to an end, is that I love the Heat the Soul games. I love those. I always love those. I wish they would have made 10 more Beach Blade Battler games. I wish there would have been more Dark Souls and Versus Crusade games, because Treasure, all Treasure did was brought the Yu Hakusho games to 3D when it came to Versus Crusade. So if you're looking for a Wii game to play in the year 2016, I can, safely, let you know that Versus Crusade is an amazing game, and there's even a nice, decent English translation on the internet. You can find that on Rhyme Hacking. So, if you're trying to play a Bleach game, you can play that. I think Bleach would be a good game for the Extreme Butoden system. I really think that they could, emphasize basically how they work, because even though you got most characters fighting with swords, you got Uyu with a bow, and you got Chad punching people, and Orihime being shy and having humongous fucking tits, if you could find a way to make that work somehow. Naruto is another one. I think Naruto would do great in this engine. I really think it would. I really think, given the wide swath of history that is the Naruto series, and with everything coming with Boruto, is that, if anything, it would be a Boruto game. Because, again, I want Aiden to get back to making back Naruto games, because I'm like, go watch the video that me, the A Factor, and Roman 247 made when we play Gekito Ninja Taisen Special. Those games are still amazing. It's like the Naruto Man Hero series, or those games is Ultimate Ninja. Those really good. Shame we didn't get Part 5, but you can import the European version. If you got a swap magic or a mod chip or something, you should be able to play the game. But like I said, on the point is, I think that Naruto could work in that season. I think Naruto could work. I really think that it could work in this system. Is that if all that's going to happen is every year there's going to be a different Jump franchise in the Extreme Butoden engine, is that they got amazing IPs to work with. They should make another Battle Stadium DON game with a whole bunch of Jump characters, but I think we're past that. But, again, I'm just spouting out my wish list, but I really think, and even know to a very high degree, that you can substitute most action animes, most shonen anime, quote unquote. Hell, I wouldn't mind a Kamen Rider. You know what? A Kamen Rider versus Super Sentai game in the Extreme Butoden thing. I have had this idea for a Kamen Rider versus Super Sentai game for years. And I have held the idea to my chest. I'm not going to tell y'all, but it had an interesting system when it came to assisting stuff like that. Man, give me some money. I'll tell somebody that idea bad on that code. Make them some money. But I really honestly think, I just thought of that a Kamen Rider versus Super Sentai game in the Extreme Butoden, and that would be majorly fucking sick. Now that I think about that, would be majorly sick. I'm like, for all my Toku fans, could you imagine that? Think about the Extreme Butoden series and think about your favorite Henshin heroes, dog. Oh my god, that would be nasty. That would be, oh, I got tears in my eyes just thinking about it, because that sound right up my alley. Even given that, I miss Climax Heroes, and you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna probably get on another Primer soon, but it's just that ain't nobody gave me no ideas, and I think I have done everything I could with that, and people have picked up the mantle, went and passed it and done what they done. But to get a new fighting game within either Kamen Rider or Super Sentai, that would be amazing. And if they do a Kamen Rider versus Super Sentai, if it don't have a keyboard rating, somebody getting shot at. I said that live as fuck, going down. I'm trying to think, because I think that's about everything that you need to know about the differences between Extreme Butoden and Great Power Colosseum, which I have been calling Neo Geo. I have been calling versions of Neo Geo Battle Colosseum for like the last week and a half. When I type in Grand Battle Colosseum and all this whole stuff, because I just want to play Neo Geo Battle Colosseum. A future episode of Triple the Guy Games that is just gonna be me playing Neo Geo Battle Colosseum. So we gonna do that. I always wanted to do a Triple the Guy to explain it all, but that might be until later. I think I need some new text for that. But regardless of all of that information, if you have the opportunity to play the Great Power Colosseum demo, you should get your hands on it. The game is amazing. I really appreciate what Arc System Works is trying to do, as they take a basis of something that was really great and apply it to something else, because you could see the copycat, but again, we've gone through and spent a half an hour and me sitting up here explaining like the possible meta of where this could go, and how they could further expand on it. Like I say, it won't surprise me 2 to 3 years from now, a new Jump All-Star game in Extreme Butoden in it, and they'll find a way to make it work, because people would buy the hell out of that. I'm like, you know what I'm saying, J-Stars was alright, you know what I'm saying, but getting a game like that with the sprite work that's done with this stuff, I would play a game like that with Yusuke Urameshi so hard. You do not understand. Like, man, we get in a whole nother subject about Yu Yu Hakusho, but one of these days I'm gonna teach y'all what's up with that 120% though. But a Jump All-Star game in the Extreme Butoden engine, that could be sick. That could be something. So between all the games I just mentioned, Kamen Rider vs Super Sentai and a Jump All-Star game, ooh, sky's the limit with this. You know what I'm saying? Sky's the limit with Arc System Works can do with this and expand on and invite new ideas and new ways to make the gameplay even better. So it should be interesting, a next interesting couple of years, because Bandai Namco gonna do what they do. They gonna find a way to keep making sure that this works and it's a money maker. So, we shall see. I really can fucking talk, can I? This was not supposed to be 30 minutes. It wasn't. It was supposed to be 10 minutes tops. But let me sit up here and talk about meta. Let me sit up here and talk about how a game works. And I can go all day. Ask your girlfriend, your auntie, your sister, and your mama. They know. They know what it is. I'm just playing. Or maybe not. No, seriously. Look. Play the demo. If you like what you see on the internet from people providing you footage, import the game. If you feel that making some noise that Bandai Namco and letting them know that we want this in America, you do that. Me, I'm importing the game and I'm just gonna have a good time, and just like I did with Extreme Butoden, I will do the same thing with Great Power Colosseum, and I'm gonna have everything you need to know within the first 3 or 4 days. So be sure to stay tuned to triplethegod.blogspot.com for such information. I'll probably make a video letting y'all know about all this stuff, and we shall see. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get this up to y'all. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all weekend. A new episode of Gunstar Heroes is tomorrow, and some other things that I got planned. So whatever happens shall happen. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. I am, of course, who am I? Let me check my name badge real quick. What does it say? Triple the G.O.D. Yeah, I'm that guy. I am the one and the only the Triple the G.O.D. And of course, this is another installment of Triple the Guy Speaks On. And with that, I'll holler at you guys next time, man. Peace out.